So I was just walking along one day, doing my rounds as a Penitus Oculatus officer, and I come across these two people. In other playthroughs, I have came across them, the Carvans, as I call them. You
Don't
got
bother me, peasant. I've had a long
Claudius
journey
here,
and paid too much coin on these
uh,
gifts to be late to Victoria's wedding.
Carvane. And anyways, these two are going to Victoria Vici's wedding. And spoilers, if y'all haven't played the
Indeed,
Assassin's Creed
if we ever
line,
get there.
Assassin's Creed line. If y'all haven't played the Dark Brotherhood Assassins missions, you get to
Don't
kill
bother me,
Victoria
peasant. I've had a
at
long
her
journey and
wedding.
paid too
Anyways,
much
they're
coin on
going to
these
her
gifts
wedding,
to be late to Victoria's wedding.
and this bodyguard's supposed to deliver them to Solitude.
Speak to my husband if you must.
So
Don't bother me, peasant.
I decided I'm going to follow them because they're down the street from Solitude.
Get away from me, you.
We're in between Dragon Bridge and Solitude. I met him at the corner coming down from the hill. You go up this way and you get to Meridia's temple. Later on in the game, you can come back across them, assuming you don't kill them for being a smart mouth. You'll come back across them and they'll be going to... Well, they would appear to have been robbed. They'll be in, like, the ragged clothing, not their noble clothes like they're wearing now. And the guard is nowhere to be found. And they implied that they have been robbed. He doesn't have the gifts he has on him that he has on him right now. And so I decided to follow him. Solitude straight ahead. I'm like, okay, well, maybe they'll make it to Solitude this time. Maybe they'll make it to the wedding. I mean, it makes sense. They're right here next to Solitude. It would make sense if they went to Solitude. Everything's going good up to this point, and then he turns. Solitude's up the hill. Why is he heading down that way? He's supposed to deliver him to Solitude for Victoria Vici's wedding. Then I got to thinking, well, Victoria Vici's wedding, Victoria Vici works down here on the docks. Maybe they're heading to the docks to go see Victoria Vici first, before they go settle in to, say, the Winking Skeever. Or they might even have a place to stay at Victoria's house, or even in the palace.
Don't bother me, peasant. I've had a long journey and paid too much coin on these gifts to be late to Victoria's wedding.
Then that theory went out the window and they failed to go down to the docks. The docks are this way. You know, Victoria works in this little cabin-looking thing here. That's where she works. So I'm like, well, maybe they are going to the city. There's a Sally Port down here, the back entrance into Solitude, where you can bypass the main gate, and you slightly guarded. I think it's there for an alternative escape in the Dark Brotherhood mission. So I'm like, oh, well, okay. Let's go and down here to the Sally Port. Maybe that's where they're going.
Don't bother me, peasant. I've had a long journey and paid too much coin on these gifts to be late to Victoria's wedding.
Again, another theory blown out the window. So, this is where I started thinking, and the conspiracy was born. The guard they hired never planned on taking them to Solitude. So he's taking them down here towards the water right here. And I'm like, well, what's in this direction? There's a Solitude lighthouse. There's a boat. That boat's down here. And when I first ran up against the other ones, I assumed bandits got them. Well, bandits robbed them. That makes sense. There's also the pirates down here. You go up to Jari, he has you put out the lighthouse fire, and then you go and have to fight the pirates that are in that cave with the tattoos on their face. Then everything clicked. The bodyguard is taking them down here to see the pirates so the pirates can rob them. And yet the bodyguard gets betrayed. They kill the bodyguard. They killed everybody on the Ice Runner ship. So somehow the Carvens escape with their life, but not their possessions. And this guard led them to their demise. Continue to follow them. They head down this way. I'm like, oh, okay, well, the pirates. But they run off from the bodyguard. I'm like, well, why are y'all running from the bodyguard? What are y'all doing? The pirates aren't too far away. And I find the bodyguard here. And I'm like, okay, yeah, he's definitely taking them to the pirates. They're right past the lighthouse, obviously. And then I see these horkers, and, well, everything goes out of the window right here. The bodyguard seems to be giving the horkers a wide berth. Yet, I decide, okay, I'm going to come down here so I don't want to scare the horkers into attacking. So let's see if they can get around these horkers. And then,
Please, someone do something.
both Mr. Carvan and the bodyguard perish. So, I decide to take his treasure. He doesn't need any more. And I start looking around for Mrs. Carvan. And she is nowhere to be found. So if anyone has any information on the whereabouts of Mrs. Carvan, please contact the Pinus Oculatus. We are thoroughly searching the surrounding area of her vanishing. for any indication of her. Once again, if anybody has seen this woman, please contact the Penis Oculitis agent. Very well. And everyone have a nice day.